Alright guys, today I'll be reviewing Merlin's Mayhem at Dutch Wonderland. This is the S&S family invert here, and I gotta say it feels a lot like the Vekoma ones, and I'll explain why in this review. So let's start off with the presentation, and this thing is a top 20, maybe even top 10 best presented coaster I've ever seen. This thing dominates the front half of Dutch Wonderland, and I really couldn't imagine this park without it. It just looks so pretty against the water. It's got that blue and yellow color scheme, which I really like. You've got the fountain surrounding that first turn. It's really nice. And then once you get into the actual queue line, it looks like an actual castle. It's really cool. You got some armor and other gear on the ground. You got some flags above you. It looks really immersive. And then you get into the station and it's even more immersive. The lights above you look fantastic. There's all this theming on the walls. The loading procedure for this ride is pretty weird, but it's also pretty cool. You can't see the train at first, but then they open these doors for each row, and then you get in them. They actually look authentic, like they're from a castle. It's really cool. They feel authentic if you touch them. And then you put any loose articles to the side. You get in your trains, and these are some weird trains. It's an over-the-shoulder lap bar, just like the Vekomas, but the lap bar itself is really small, and it only connects on one side. Like, you know, the Vekomas or the Intamins have metal bars that are next to both of your shoulders. This only has one. Depending on which side you're on, it could be different. And the lap bar portion is really small. I mean, I feel like that thing wasn't even the width of both my legs combined. So if you're a larger rider, it could be an issue, I feel like. It's nice and padded, so definitely don't worry about it being painful. But the minimum verify is also pretty low on this, so definitely be aware of that. But you can hear the click. It's definitely easy to tell when you hit the verify, so don't worry about that. There's also a seatbelt on this, but that really shouldn't be an issue. The operators here also move pretty efficiently, so once they give you the all clear, you're going to head out of that station right into the lift hill. You're going to get a great view of the front half of Dutch Wonderland, and unfortunately, you'll also get a pretty good view of the road in front of you. This is the one thing presentation-wise that I wish Dutch Wonderland did a bit differently. I wish they could have faced the lift hill the other way or something. That way you're fully immersed the whole ride, but I get it, you can't do everything. So once you get off the lift hill, you're going to turn to the right a little. This doesn't really do anything, but I mean, it's just a warm-up. The start to this ride is very Great Bear-esque in how it starts up high for a couple turns and then drops down. So after this little right turn, you're going to take a left-hand turn, and this one is actually fairly whippy. If you're in the back, you're going to definitely feel the pull of the train, and that's going to lead you into the first drop. Unfortunately, there's no airtime here in any of the rows, even the back, but you definitely build up some good speed here, so you definitely feel the sense of speed a lot on this next turn, which goes right over the water, right around the fountain, and over the pathway. It's really scenic. You get some slight G's on this turn, but it's not the strongest G's on the ride. After this, you're going to hit this little Mystic Timbers-esque twisted hill, and you get a little bit of lift on this thing in all the rows, but it's definitely nothing that's going to send you out of your seat. It's also pretty whippy coming out of this drop in the back row. You'll feel some good pull there for sure. After that, you're going to hit an upwards helix to the left, and this is probably the most intense part of the ride. I would say it's slightly more intense in the front. You definitely get some really good foot numbing up there. It's not Banshee level or anything crazy like that. It's not going to be too intense for anyone who's like 6 years old, but it's definitely fairly intense. In the back, the positives are a bit weaker, but they're still prominent. And then after that, you're going to take a little dip down to the right, and if you're in the back, especially on the left side, you'll get a little bit of airtime, and I say a little bit, like you barely come out of your seat. This element's mainly for the visual of going under this tunnel, and what follows is the best part of the ride, in my opinion. In the front, you definitely get this strong lateral kink turning to the left here, coming out of the tunnel, and that's in either side, but it's a bit stronger on the right side, so I would say the front row right side is my favorite seat on the ride. In the back, you don't get thrown quite as hard as in the front, but definitely be aware you might get thrown pretty hard to the right if you're in the front. After that, you're going to do one more turn to the right, and this one doesn't dish out any positives. It's also worth noting this is where the camera is. I don't know why it's right here. I mean, maybe they know that lateral kink's pretty good in the front. But anyways, you're going to hit the brakes after that, and that's your ride on Merlin's Mayhem. It's a pretty short ride overall, but that being said, the Vekomas are pretty short as well. Compared to the Vekomas, I would say this thing is right on par with them. It does have a slight rattle, but I don't think it's anything anyone will care about. I also like their re-ride policy here. If there's no one in a seat, you can just go on and re-ride as many times as you want. So for Merlin's Mayhem's final score, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It's got a lot going for it. It's got some really good theming, and I mean top-notch theming and presentation. You've got a semi-intense layout that's going to be thrilling enough to thrill people like me, but is also not too thrilling for the kids. But I do wish it was a bit longer. I do wish the lift hill was pointed the other way. It's not perfect, but for a family invert, it's really good. And I would personally take this over the 2 modern Vekoma family inverts I've done, those being Dragonflyer and Phoenix, mainly because this one has such good presentation, but they're all sort of in the same ballpark. So that's my review on Merlin's Mayhem at Dutch Wonderland. Let me know what you guys think of this ride down in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.